I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I would send out my resumes and then I would follow up. When I call the places them, it was more like, okay, you can do facials, but what else can you do? So I'm like, that's just it. That's the only thing that I trained for right now. And they were like, no, we need you to be more skilled, to have more skills in the cosmetics industry. So at that point, I was like, maybe I should have just done a cosmetics course, a cosmetology course. But I'm never really too interested in everything else like hair and nails. Whatever, no. So me did just want the things my way. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Venice and I'm a licensed esthetician here in Jamaica. So tonight, while I'm giving you a little of my backstory, I'm gonna be doing a chemical peel as well. So stay tuned. When I was in high school, and I don't know how many of you can relate to, you know, the high school puberty, acne, breakout situation. Just raise your hand below if you can relate. That's basically when I started to experience acne. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was at the time because there are different grades to acne. So mine was more on the mild side, but still, it lowered my self-esteem. I'm gonna never feel good about myself. I wouldn't look at myself, you know, if I wasn't wearing makeup. And that's how I got into the whole makeup thing as well. So for those of you who know me from a long time, you don't know, say I did start out as a makeup artist when I was still in high school. So my makeup was my camouflage. You know, I'd have school and then I'd have like a Saturday class and at school, and then I get my opportunity to wear my makeup to cover up. That was my issue, and that was one of the reasons why I got into makeup, so that, you know, I could feel better about myself. I could actually look at myself. But it's so hard for me to do anyway, talking and doing the peel at the same time. How many of you know Clean and Clear Morning Burst? They still sell those things. They're not them. They sell from my days in high school, you know, from like, you know, the 2010s right there. So anyway, that and the St. Ives scrub, I used to use that a lot before I started my training in makeup. So yeah, while I was there, I'm telling you, say, I learned about the basic steps to skincare before applying makeup. I learned, say, the St. Ives scrub and them something that, you know, really good for your skin because it's more irritating and it aggravates the skin. And that's, you don't actually need that, right? So, right, this is how I'm gonna start brush up on my skincare. The thing is though, makeup school never really teach me about managing acne or controlling acne. It was just, you know, you get a basic run through like a general something. I mean, why do I talk like that? I'm open, can't understand what I say now. All right, strong. Ooh, that was a peel, by the way. It's not the most pleasant smelling thing. But yeah, beauty is pain, as you know. So the point is, they never really teach me how to control my acne. So that was still an ongoing issue. Upon leaving high school now, I was working at that desk job that I told you about. And then fast forward to the point where I decide, say, I gotta just learn how to control and fix my own skin. I went to my training and everything. I don't know, I felt like a fish out of water, you know, because even though I had the general skincare training thingy from the makeup artist program, I still didn't really know anything about my skin. So while I was there now, that was at Quintessential Beauty Academy, Training Academy. So for those of you who are interested in the field, I can just put a link so that you can find out more about the school. I'm gonna say now, it was, how long was my training there? How long was my training there? About 2 months. About 2 months, because I was specifically, yeah, I was specializing in skincare. So it wasn't a whole cosmetology course, if you will, right? I just wanted to learn about my skin. So anyway, go on my course now. I got like this kit for my skin, and then within the kit there were products that I could use on other people because I did that for practice. I had to do a practical. I'm gonna sew my face up on, by the way. So the thing about peels for me is that because I've done them so many times on myself and I'm in a constant peel prep mode when it comes to skincare because of me constantly using active ingredients like retinol and AHAs and BHAs. If you know about them something there, put a thumbs up, and if not, put just indicate if you know or you don't know. So what I'm saying is peel not really coming light onto me again. Like it's not that harsh. It's not that harsh because I'm not doing a deep peel. I'm just doing something that's more like a medium strength because I'm going to be repeating this in about 1 to 2 weeks time. So I'm not doing nothing too harsh. After I finished my training now, I started to apply to different spas in Kingston. A lot of the people them did not look at me. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I would send out my resumes and then I would follow up. When I call the places them, it was more like, okay, you can do facials, but what else can you do? So I'm like, that's just it. That's the only thing that I trained for right now. And they were like, no, we need the other person. We need you to be more skilled, to have more skills in the cosmetics industry. So at that point, I was like, maybe I should have just done a cosmetics course, a cosmetology course. But I didn't really have the time at the time. And I'm never really too interested in everything else like hair and nails. Whatever, no. So me did just want the things my way. I eventually got through like maybe a couple months later after finishing up my course, like 8 months later. Like I did the thing in what 2018, and then by 20, yeah, so in 20, oh wow, almost a year later, I was doing this like kind of internship at this spa in Barbican. I'm not call nobody name first of all, in Barbican. And I just went there on Saturdays because I was working Monday to Friday during the week. So I would go on Saturdays and just get a feel of what it's like and stuff. So I did clean up 2 toenails. Remember, I know, I never did interested in a nails or hair. So, but I wanted to get my foot in the door. So clean up 2 toenails. I never get to the polishing part. And then I work the front desk. So I answer phones, set appointments, give out information, just getting a feel. So I went there like either 2 or 3 Saturdays, and then I was like, I told them that I didn't want to continue anymore because it didn't feel like what I wanted to do. I do other things now, but I really do specialize in skincare to the point where I'm treating acne and hyperpigmentation. So that's where my real passion lies because that was my real reason for getting into aesthetics in the first place. So at the time, that's really what I was looking for. But this is true, whenever they reach to that part yet, and then they have me a clean out. Not to say that anything is wrong with doing pedicures. I'm just saying, I never did feel like I did like get what I did want at the time. Maybe I could have did all out little longer and then show me other stuff because I was licensed. So one of the owners was just like, you have a license and that's really what matters. We will teach you whatever. I'm gonna check my face again. This is not, I'm not getting the frosting that I'm looking for from the peel. So I'm just gonna do it again. As I say, I'm gonna stop work this so. A month later, a very popular spa in the Kingston area. All if you never go there, you must know about it. Then they're everywhere. Their marketing is, they're everywhere. So a spot opened up to be a receptionist at that place. And I applied because, again, well, a spot for that and beauty therapist open up. So I apply. I basically tell them what I want because I did have to write a cover letter. So, I expressed what my value was and what I wanted to get out of the experience as well. So I got the job. I went to my interview. I get my job. I cried the first 2 days, and so that's 2019, that's like November 2019, like the last 2 weeks of November is when I started there. And then As you know, 2020, there was the big C. And then I got laid off in the March of that year from that job. And then I left in the May of that year from that job. Yeah. So their thing was, I would have started out as a receptionist, and then I would be able to transition into beauty therapy eventually at some point. But my experience there as a receptionist, it just never did nice. Even though I don't talk about them because, but if you know, you know. But really, I'm gonna talk about them because that's just the worst job that I've ever had. That was just my worst working experience ever for the little bit of time. And previously at my desk job, I was at my desk job for like 4 years. So comparing that 4 years in a field that wasn't my main interest to being in a field that was my main interest and being at that job for only a couple months, and for me to say that was my worst experience ever is saying a lot. So I'm gonna leave that job there. I went to this other receptionist job because now I'm laid off and I have nothing to do and I need money, so obviously I need a job. June of that year is when I started to work at our next job at a waxing and lash studio. That was alright. That was alright. I was there for like 2 months or 1.5 months, and then I got a call to work at a spa as a beauty therapist. So what we're looking at here is me getting all of that experience in receptionist work at spas and studios, and then me finally getting to practice as a beauty therapist. So of course, I'm gonna left that job there and take that one day. Hello. And it was a little bit more money. It was a little bit more. Yeah, so I took the job, and then I was at that place for like almost 1 year. 1 year. I would call it 1 year. Like a couple days short of 1 year, so basically a year, right? And that was a good experience. I learned a lot there outside of skincare. Again, I learned other things, because everywhere that you go, they have their own protocol, so they teach it to you, and you learn it, and you do your job. And then I left that job to go and to be where I'm at now, because I just felt like I could learn more here. I go wash off my face and come back. I've washed off the peel, neutralized, and washed it off. The other day, I was doing this live on Instagram with one of my Instagram friends. Her name is Samantha. So we were talking about the beauty industry and aesthetics, and she was asking me what is a perk of being an esthetician, and I was like, perks? I don't, there are no perks. It's not like a glamorous life or anything. But towards the middle or the end of the live, I was like, oh my gosh, I love my job. I love helping people to get the results that I've seen and gotten with myself and other people before them. Do I have to have multiple streams of income? Yes. Yes, I do. I love being a part of my clients' experience and a part of their skincare journey. It just feels good. I know what it's like to not like yourself and not like what you see reflecting back at you, and outside of you just applying products to your skin or doing corrective treatments. There is also that mindset that develops as you go through a course of treatments or as you work with me. It's the way that it's supposed to work. Your esthetician is supposed to be there to guide you, to be your cheerleader, to be a friend sometimes, and sometimes not be a friend, because me have to take a stand and say, hello, you need to do what you're supposed to do if you're not doing it. Why am I talking and not doing my skincare? So let me just finish up with my skincare. I'm just gonna put on my retinol now from Naked and Nude Skincare. And if you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one online, as in, so you wouldn't come in for treatments or anything, but I could, be your skincare coach. So we just set up a treatment plan or a routine plan, whatever it is. So you can get a consultation done. Just link me in the links that I put in the description, and we can take it from there. And if you want to do treatments, you can link me on the same link. So that's my retinol, and then my last step for the night is my moisturizer, also from Naked and Nude Skincare. So I'm just making sure that I put enough, because right after peels the skin tends to be a bit more dry, and the glow has started, as you can see. So my main, actually there's one more step that I need to do. So the last step would be to apply my spot cream, my dark spot remover cream. Thank you for watching, thank you for supporting me. Please leave a like if you learned something valuable, or if you have a question to ask, you can leave it in the comments as usual, and I will see you next time. Bye.